Hey, greetings, everyone. It is Brian Watson and Phil McLam. We're both on the This Is It team, and we have tremendous resources available when it comes to knowing more about LifeWave. And we'll be sharing those links. But the This Is It info site is just chock full of great information about the patch. But I wanted to share quite a miraculous story here. We have tons of testimonials when it comes to people talking about how their neuropathy's gone, all these different attributes, their knee pain, their back pain. So just great testimonies. Hair's got thicker after the 6 months of results and a year of results. Well, Phil just got done with a one of his checkups, and I'm going to let him tell the story. I'm going to share with you what his test results from a checkup was first in February 28th of 2022. I'm going to bring that up and let Phil talk about his numbers. And then we've got one that just happened last month. And we're going to kind of show you the before and after. And Phil's going to kind of walk through um, this phenomenal stuff. I'll let Phil tell the story. Phil's 81 years young, as you can see by his checkup there, and he just keeps growing younger by the year. So let me click on this, Phil, and well, before I bring up the numbers, Phil, why don't you kind of give us what we're going to look at and what to expect here real quick?
Okay, sure. Thank you, Brian. Well, I really try to take good care of myself. I eat right, exercise myself to death. Well, I live at the beach. I'm actually from North Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and I'm at the beach. So it's required that you enjoy what you drink and eat. But anyway, no, I try to really watch it. I exercise. I do hit exercises. That's high intensity interval training on the beach. I lift weights. I do kettlebells and do a lot of just plain walking. And so I do what I can to stay healthy. Never had any real health issues. And I have a great doctor up in Raleigh in North Carolina. He's a Duke doctor, real interested in keeping people well, preventing disease. He's a very unique doctor, and I've had him for 20 years or more, and he marvels at me and what I do. But anyway, the only thing that's been sort of out of whack on my with my blood work is high cholesterol, which now they've discovered that I don't have any records on that, but if you can be born with a tendency to have high cholesterol, and it's really, if all the other values are pretty much in check, then that's not anything to be really concerned about because there's nothing without getting on medications. There's really not that much you can do. However, as you can see by what Brian's going to show you, my LDL cholesterol has been in it. This was I try to do this, get this blood work done once a year, and I was a little late this year, busy with some stuff. But anyway, I think it was is it December of last year, which was 22. Then I had this done, and as you can see there, my LDL cholesterol is really high. So when of course, everything is done by Zoom now. So I got on the Zoom with my doctor, and he said something unbelievable has happened here. He said this cannot really be real, although I know it is because the blood tests don't lie. My LDL cholesterol, as you can see from the next slide that Brian's going to show you, my LDL cholesterol actually dropped 50 points. He said, in all he's been a doctor for about 30 years. He said, even with the strongest medications, I've never, ever been able to bring somebody's cholesterol down, anything like that. And the only thing that, other than healthy eating, I religiously wear the X39 and the X49 and some of the other patches. So I introduced that to him. I said he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, my normal things." And actually, I started Lifewave, wearing the patches since my since in when this first test was done. So I started explaining to him about the patches and what they do, and he was absolutely fascinated with it.
Let me
He
switch
said he
before I
said
bring the
he
slide.
said
Go ahead. Sorry.
he said that you mean you're not taking any kind of medications? I said, I take no medication. I said, you prescribe my medications, and that's none. So he said this, and he had all kind of questions. He normally those interviews aren't going to be but 10, 15 minutes at the most, and he stayed on the phone for nearly an hour, wanting to know more about LifeWave and how this happened. And I feel sure that he will they'll incorporate this in his practice. So, and then the other with blood work, and I'm certainly no expert, don't claim to be about that, but he said he said incrementally, if you have your blood work done once a year, all the indicators about all your organs, your lungs, your heart, and everything to do with your blood, that your blood, he said it will incrementally get a little worse. He said yours gets better. He said you're getting younger. I said, well, that's what we tell people: get young, with wearing LifeWave patches. And I say that sort of tongue in cheek, but it's actually true. And my metabolic age is just astounds him. And that my metabolic age has dropped over 30 years. And for those that don't know, your metabolic age, say that you're 60 years old, but all your organs are functioning like a person that's 30 years old, then that's your metabolic age. And so does that mean you're going to live longer? Certainly means you're going to be healthier. So it is. I cut up and kid around with him a lot. He said, "You're on a path to live forever. You keep getting younger." I said, "Well, that's the object. That's what we do here at LifeWave." So anyway, you can have a lot of fun with this and astound people. And that was a total shock to me, because I just resigned myself that I was going to have to live. I'd never had any problems with high cholesterol. I have all my arteries and all are perfectly clean, and so it's not causing me any problems. But that certainly doesn't hurt for it to drop like that. Now, for someone who does have problems with clogged arteries and all, that would be a dramatic effect and really, really save somebody's life to be able to drop cholesterol like that. So just wanted to share that with everyone. And the LifeWave patches, they're the one thing that people have to, now this was about 18 months or so in this interval here. And one thing I always tell people is that it always works. Now, it works quicker with some people. I have no idea about the progression after 30 or 60 or 90 days. Wish I did. But what I do know is after 18 months, then that's the result. So I would assume that incrementally over these months, month by month, it was dropping month by month to some degree. But that's the result after about 18 months of using the X39. So anyway, that's my story on the health issue, Brian. So that's I was astounded as he was about it, because I know what that could cause. It has the potential to cause problems, but evidently that's all cleared up for me at least. So that's my story.
Just to reiterate one more time, Phil, I'm going to give a quick shot. So the big number we're focusing on is here's the one from December 2022, and your cholesterol was 305.
Yep.
Is that the big one we're showing?
No. It was 350. It was 350 something on the other one, and it dropped to 305, which is still a little high, but certainly nothing. And as you can see, triglycerides there are very, very low, and but no, the other one shows that this is the low one, and so it was three. It was
December 2022, and when we were at 305, and let me bring up your 2024. And I mean, so you went down to 255 from 325.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, blood doesn't lie. We just wanted to share with you, even though the patch is always working, we just don't know it's going to go to the part of the body that needs it's going to need it the most, and it only knows where to go. If you got a broken arm on your left and a paper cut on your right, it's going to go where it needs the most. So any questions, definitely reach out to the person that shared this video with you, and happy patching to all. And thanks for watching.